What's up, Cowboys Nation? We all know that the Dallas Cowboys are constantly looking to improve and take that next step toward a championship. This offseason is no different. The front office is making moves, the coaching staff is shifting. Strategies and the rumors. Oh boy, the rumors are already heating up. Before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button to support the channel and help us reach more Cowboys fans like you. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a breaking story about America's team. All right, let's get into it, because today we're talking about two major offseason storylines. Could the Cowboys steal an offensive lineman from the Philadelphia Eagles? And is there actually a scenario where the Cowboys trade Micah Parsons? Let's break it all down. If there's one thing we learned from the 2024 season, it's that the Cowboys' offensive line isn't what it used to be. Once the most dominant unit in football, the O-line is now in transition. Last season, we saw two rookies, Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, thrown into the fire. Zach Martin was supposed to be the veteran leader, but injuries ended his season early. And now, his future is up in the air. Martin still hasn't decided if he's coming back, testing free agency, or hanging up his cleats for good. And let's be real, replacing a player like him is not easy. That's where free agency comes in. Instead of relying on another rookie to fill the gap, the Cowboys might need a proven veteran. And one name that keeps popping up? Mekhi Becton. Yes, the same Becton who was a first-round pick for the Jets, but struggled with injuries before reviving his career in Philadelphia. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox believes Becton could be the perfect fit for Dallas, saying the Cowboys should consider Becton if they can erase their projected $5.7 million cap deficit as a potential replacement for Zach Martin. Now let's clear something up real quick. There is no cap deficit. That number is straight up wrong. The Cowboys are actually under the salary cap and will be carrying over more than $20 million from 2024. If they want to, they can create up to $100 million in spending room. So money isn't the issue. It's about whether the front office is willing to be aggressive in free agency. Becton's projected contract is around $10.2 million per year, a reasonable price for a solid lineman who can bring toughness and stability to this unit. Would signing Becton be risky? Sure, he's had injuries in the past. But if Dallas is serious about protecting Dak Prescott and improving the run game, they need to invest in the trenches. But that's only the first big story. All right, Cowboys fans, brace yourselves for this one. Bleacher Report's Gary Davenport just dropped a wild offseason prediction. The Cowboys could trade Micah Parsons. I know. It sounds crazy. Parsons is a generational talent, arguably the best player on the team, and one of the most dominant defenders in the entire NFL. So why would the Cowboys even consider trading him? Here's the argument. Parsons is due for a massive contract extension, probably well over $30 million per year. The Cowboys already have big money deals for Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. If they commit that much money to just a handful of players, it could make it harder to build a complete roster. Davenport's take is that trading Parsons would free up cap space and give Dallas more flexibility to build a stronger overall team. But let's be real. Does any playoff-caliber team trade away its best defensive player? Parsons isn't just a pass rusher. He changes games. Offenses have to game plan around him. He opens up opportunities for other defenders. Without Parsons, this defense takes a huge step back. And here's the thing. If the Cowboys were truly considering a rebuild, then why would they bother extending Prescott and Lamb in the first place? If you're trading Parsons, that means you're tearing it all down. To me, this trade idea makes zero sense. The Cowboys should be doing everything in their power to keep Parsons, not ship him off. For years, we've heard about the salary cap being a major issue in Dallas. We can't afford to sign big free agents. We have to be careful with restructures. We don't want to end up in cap hell. Well, guess what? Cap hell is fake. That's right, it's not real. The salary cap isn't some stone-cold limit that prevents teams from spending. If you know how to use the system, you can find ways to build a championship roster. And guess which teams have mastered this strategy? The Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. The NFL just announced that the 2025 salary cap will be somewhere between $277.5 million and $281.5 million. That's another huge increase, just like we saw last year. For teams like the Cowboys, this means one thing. If you're not spending, you're not trying. The Eagles and Chiefs have used every tool available to manipulate the cap and build championship-caliber teams. They use things like void years, a way to push money into future seasons and create immediate cap space. Restructures, converting salary into bonuses to free up money instantly. Aggressive spending, prioritizing building a complete roster, even if it means borrowing from the future. How do the Cowboys stack up? Let's break it down. Dak Prescott's current contract technically runs through 2028. But here's the trick. His deal has 4 void years tacked on, meaning he won't actually count against the cap past 2028. That means the Cowboys have the ability to move money around. They can restructure Dak's deal, push some money into those void years, and instantly free up tens of millions of dollars. The same goes for CeeDee Lamb. The same goes for Micah Parsons when he gets his extension. And just like that, the Cowboys could have over $100 million in cap space. Why haven't the Cowboys done this? This is where it gets frustrating, Cowboys fans. For whatever reason, Stephen Jones seems afraid of using these tools. He talks about future debt like it's some horrible monster that's going to destroy the franchise. But look at the Eagles. They currently have $400 million in contracts allocated to future void years. They're literally paying for 2 Dak Prescott's years after those players are even gone. And yet, does it stop them from signing free agents? No. Did it stop them from winning a Super Bowl? No. The Cowboys used to be the team that set the blueprint for cap management. Remember when Jerry Jones signed Deion Sanders in 1995? That was one of the first contracts ever structured with void years. It helped the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. Now, the Eagles and Chiefs have stolen that strategy while the Cowboys act like they can't afford to sign anyone. The Joneses have no excuse. Now, with this new salary cap number, the Cowboys can easily restructure Dak's deal to free up $30 to $40 million. Do the same with CeeDee Lamb for $20+ million. Extend Micah Parsons and create even more space by doing this. Dallas could create over $100 million in cap room overnight. And here's the thing. The cap is always going up. In 2023, it was $224 million. In 2024, it jumped to $255 million. Now in 2025, it's expected to be around $280 million. By the time 2026 rolls around, it could be well over $300 million. So even if you push money into future seasons, guess what? The cap increase will make it easier to absorb. That's why teams like the Eagles and Chiefs do this every year. So, Cowboys fans, it all comes down to this. How aggressive will the front office be this offseason? Should Dallas go all in on a guy like Micah Parsons to strengthen the offensive line? Or should they take a different approach and look for a cheaper veteran to fill the gap? And most importantly, is there any scenario where trading Micah Parsons makes sense? Personally, I think letting Parsons go would be a massive mistake. But I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Should the Cowboys target Becton? And what do you think about this Parsons trade rumor? And before you go, smash that like button and hit that subscribe for more Cowboys news, updates, and analysis. We've got a wild offseason ahead, and you won't want to miss a single second. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys.